Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Lots to cover today. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. Let's get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as trading guru John Bollinger forecasts a Bitcoin breakout with $50,000 per Bitcoin on the horizon. Also breaking news, Bitcoin's difficulty rises 1.65% in first 2024 retarget. We'll also be discussing Ethereum to Skyrocket by at least 340% in 2024. I'll be breaking down this crypto trader's outlook. We'll also be discussing the SEC moves closer to a spot Bitcoin ETF approval with 19B4 amendment filings, as well as VanEck pledges 5% of their spot Bitcoin ETF profits to core developers after the SEC approval. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin ETF approval would be a historic mistake, according to Better Market CEO. But Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seyfarth disagreed with the letter, arguing that denying the spot Bitcoin ETF would be a criminal move. Also in today's show, I'll be sharing a Bitcoin price forecast as analysts caution against missing out, as Bitcoin may surge to $500,000 per coin with the ETF launch. Also be sharing the latest from the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, as he exposes the truth about BlackRock and Bitcoin. Quoting him here, BlackRock is terrible. They're one of the worst players on Wall Street. They are completely without morals whatsoever. Their business model is just repackaging stocks and selling them as ETFs. Their ETFs own more stocks than their stocks, and they charge a fee for that and have incredible political influence they use to make it easier for them to game the system. They're really a plague on capitalism. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. So welcome, crypto fam, just joining us. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday, January 6th. Let's get this chat lit. Shout out to everyone out there. Will, what it do? Lewis, Peter, Sign Tracker, Corey G, Passive, Jarl, Headlegs Gaming, Jennifer, good to see you, family. Bitcoin Cowboy, we got Rock in the building, Bango. Let me know where you're tuning in from first and foremost, as this is a live and interactive show. And also, don't forget as well, quick shout out to Barack for just gifting a MicroStrategy membership of the channel to UFO Nut. You have been blessed, so show your love to Barack. We greatly appreciate that. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth with a little mic check before we get any further as well. Good evening, Fox-based Delta. Good to see you. What up, William Norris? Bitcoin may benefit from the ETF, but those companies need Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't need them. Tell them. Bitcoin is life. You're speaking my language. Shout out to Manchester, UK, Strong Island, New York in the building. Let's go. What up, Ray Cruz, Northern Cali? Greetings. I'm new to Bitcoin, but love the show. Greatly appreciate your support. Lisa Brault, good love, fam. Greetings from Southwest Florida, Gulf Coast. Shout out to JB, Cryptic Sniper. What it do, Phil C? Good to see you. Pharrell, Mississippi in the building. Christy, good morning. Kepler, London in the house. England, Jarl, good morning. Churchyards and cemeteries. Hey, JB, watching from Cornwall, England. England in the building. Kevin, what does that say? Bisbee Kid, Arizona. Let's go. Joseph says all good. Charleston, South Carolina. Yes, yes, and yes. Good to note. David, loud, clear and smooth. What up, family? What up, JB? What up, Serge? Good to see you. Jennifer Conkright, always a pleasure. What up, Sailing with Twins? What up, Brian? What up, Buddy Mac? Good to see the fam in the building. It's Remy, No Limit. Happy 2024, by the way. Suffolk, let's go. Suffolk County repping. Shout out Remy. What up, Lucas? Czech Republic. Czech Republic. That's what's up. Canada. How's my fam doing, eh? Philip C. Welcome. LFC Liverpool Film Club. Birthday celebrations with a coffee. Happy birthday, family. You're 64 today. God bless you. 64 is the new 34. Qatar. Let's go. Are you in? Qatar, how cool is that? They're sitting on a $500 billion sovereign wealth fund looking to convert that into Bitcoin. Manchester, UK in the building. Eduardo Agosto, who will insure Bitcoin ETF when or is the BTF collapse or crashes? The FDIC, SEC, Wall Street, insurance companies, banks, everyone is insolvent in insurance. Good point, Edgard. You make a good point. Virginia present and accounted for. Hey, JV. Steve in Dublin. Shout out to my fam in Ireland. Congrats, Liverpool. Happy birthday. Birthday love, love it. Buck the Fed. I love that shirt Mac was rocking with the Alex Jones interview. Buck the Fed. Amen. One love, Raphael. Good to see you, broski. Thanks, JV. 64 is the new 34. That's cool. Thank you, Tony. Cheers, Tony Jeffries. Appreciate you, brother. Zero, welcome, family. Just gifted a MicroStrategy membership to the Dusty Hunt. You've just been blessed and hooked up. So congratulations, Dusty Hunt. Show some love to Zero. What up, 2 for 1? What up, Banana Man? Love the usernames. Raven. Good morning, family. That's so Raven. Southside Chicago, checking in snowy day. Shaw City, stand up. I appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the support. Will just gifted another membership. It's nonstop out here. Congrats, a Banana Man. You've just been gifted a MicroStrategy membership at the channel. The membership gets you that sexy badge right next to your name, so you get recognition in the chat. You'll notice more than half the people in the chat are members of the channel. We now have over 500 members, which is lit. Appreciate all the support, family. Bitcoinist, Manchester, UK, all the way. Appreciate you tuning in as well, family. Bango in the building. Hey, homie, much love from Canada. Been a Cardano maxi since 2018, but after your streams, I am stacking sats. Music to my ears, family. Love to hear that. Loud and clear, east coast of England. Tulum, Mexico in the building. That's what's up. Shout out to Tulum. I remember visiting the ancient Mayans at Tulum when I went to Mexico a few years back. It was pretty lit. What up, Dunedin? Oh, snap. I used to box in Dunedin, Florida with my friend, boxer Brian. So Dunedin is like my old stomping grounds. I remember running 5 miles every day, boxing practice, jump roping, 15 minutes. Love JV and fam. Don't lose focus. We're not there yet, but we're getting close, right? And Passive just gifted another membership of the channel, making it lit. Appreciate it. Congratulations, Carl S. You have just been blessed with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. Our community is truly the most kind and giving, so if you didn't already smash that subscribe button, family, do so. We just hit 67,000 subscribers this morning. Our goal is to get to 100,000 like in a flash, along with the Bitcoin price action. If 80% of the people gifted continue to renew and support, that would be great. Yeah, that would be a feat, Barek. And I'm optimistic. I would never anticipate this level of support since launching memberships 1 month ago and already having 500 memberships. And yeah, very easily 300 to 400 of those were gifted because our community is unlike the rest. JV, are you familiar with the investigative journalists? Which one are you referring to? There's so many investigative journalists. Hit the like legends. Thank you. Oh, Whitney Webb. I know of the name, but I don't really know much about her. If there's insights, feel free to share. Fear lasts the moment, regrets last for life. Buy Bitcoin. 2024 is here, family. Yes, a great time to be buying. Morning from Kiwi land. Shout out to my Kiwis. Shout out Jeffrey. Also my Aussies out there. What up, Corona Free? Good to see you. Jim Junkie Crypto. Robbie Keiser, John Dykes. We got a full pack house. But without further ado, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, just like this. Also, be sure to smash the like and hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications. It helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Our goal is to get to 100,000 subs alongside that 6-figure sexy Bitcoin price action I have a feeling we're going to hit this year in 2024. Today is pod episode number 1514. I'm your host, JV, and today is January 6th, 2024. So welcome to another Sat Stacking Saturday. Let's get it. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. Bitcoin back in the green, baby. Trading at roughly 44,200. Love it. We got Ether also in the green, trading just under 2,300, along with XRP barely in the green, while BNB, Solana, Cardano, and AVAX are all pulling back and in the red. And they say, when in doubt, just zoom out. And zooming out on the monthly, we can see Bitcoin still in the green, but barely. We got BNB up 34%, Solana up 54%, Cardano 19%, and AVAX leading the pack, along with BNB up roughly 33%. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. Let's get a refresh to see the latest data. The market cap is sitting at 1.65 trillion with just shy of 50 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance back on the rise at 52.1%, with the Ether dominance pretty stagnant at 16.9%. 0.3%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, we got Clayton leading the pack, up 21%, trading just shy of 24 cents, followed by Akash Network, up just shy of 5%, followed by Injective, just north of 4%. And below that, Conflux, Toncoin, Synthetics, Maker, and Axie Infinity. Now, which altcoins, if any, are you most bullish on for this bull run of 2024? Let me know in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective of the overall alt market. You can see many of the alts are pulling back in the blood red on the day, but we still got a handful in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, still overall massive gainers such as Sats up 222%, INJ 124%, ICP 149%, Solana 50%, Satoshi Vision 60%, OP 85%, Stacks 57%, Aster 102%, SEI 142%, and Osmo 139%. Can you say alt season? And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, we're currently rated as 70 in greed. We've been stuck in greed for quite some time. Yesterday a 72, but I'll take it, FYI. I don't mind it. Last week we were 68, and last month a 72 in greed. So there you have it. My crypto fam, let me know if you're pretty ecstatic for this week coming up. As you know, we didn't get the approval of the ETF yet, so all the experts are hinting 90 to 99% chance of approval this upcoming week, which would be Monday to Wednesday. Wednesday being the cutoff, which is the 10th, January 10th, the infamous date we've been waiting for quite some time. What up, Bango? What up, John? Good day for discounts on the all altcoins, like going to the store and everything is on sale. Yeah, that's right. I'm all in on Bitcoins to skins. What up, everyone? Anytime I see we have a live, I come in and hang out. I appreciate that. Crypto Fiend, much love. MBG Lifestyle, thanks for subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Bitcoin is the only way. That's right, Corey. It's like the Dow. I'm talking about the Dow de Jing, not the Dow as in the stock market. The Cuff, JV, have you ever had a day off? I don't know about that life. I don't have a lazy bone in my body. So to me, I follow my purpose and passion in life. And my passion is spreading the holy gospel of Satoshi. So I would feel sick to my stomach taking a day off because this is what I choose to do every day. And I love it. So no matter what day it is, I'm here for you guys. The only times I'm not here is if it's physically impossible. A scenario would be traveling and I'm on a plane, I just can't do it, or some emergency happens, so be it. But nonetheless, I am here because this is my passion. I'm living out my passion. There is no second best. Amen. 100% there. Imagine being stuck in Ripple right now, says Joey. You only sell Bitcoin if you absolutely have to. Anything else is a mistake. Mark says, let me guess, Sailor did not sell Shaolin style. That's right. We practice the Shaolin style of hodling along with the Shaolin finger jab. You already know. Tao, yes. Dao, no. That's right. We're talking about Lao Tzu, as pronounced Lao Tzu in the United States. The late great. Do you think the ETF will be denied? There's also, always that probability. You know what I mean? If everyone's anticipating it, yes, it could happen because I don't trust Gary. I don't trust the SEC. I don't trust the government. And so anything is a possibility. However, I'm leaning 80% chance of approval. I'm not as optimistic as to say 99% like everyone else, but I would say 80-20 that we do get the approval this week. If it's not this week, it can get pushed back to March. That's another scenario. What do you guys think though? Let me know, family. Come on, everyone. Will Smith that like button. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. My passion is to move out of New York. I don't blame you, Lax Guy, because I am from New York, and I'll tell you this, it's a great place to visit, but I can never live there ever again. It's kind of went down the tubes, unfortunately. Their mayors and, just bad, especially for finance folk. It has the worst regulation rules there are in the States. Maybe because it's the financial capital of the United States, more than likely. I used to think the ETF was coming Monday. Now it looks like Wednesday. We shall soon see. What do you guys think? 8th, 10th? Let me know your thoughts. T-Man Bonds will owe me 2 million Satoshis. Did you make a bet with T-Man Bonds, Will? Why would you sell? The ETF is hopeful. It's going to be accepted, which means the price goes up, more than likely. I finally got my guys at work to buy Bitcoin. They only bought $50, but it's a start. That's right. Let's go. Welcome, Jay Bella. Satoshi's Genesis block gained a few Bitcoin this morning. I heard that. That's pretty awesome. So congratulations, fam. If it does get pushed back to March, I'll be buying more. Amen, sign. I think everyone will be. because we're all anticipating it. Nonetheless, it's inevitable. If it's denied, they just buy the dip. Good point, Alex. 1 million was deposited into the Satoshi wallet. I saw that. That's awesome. Packing for the 100K party. Send it, Brent. Can't wait. Don't listen to anyone telling you to tossle or sell. Yeah, that's right, including Jim Cramer. Never listen to that guy. He says that the ETF will be a sell the news event. So therefore, I don't believe it will be a sell the news event. This week, there's so much energy around it. You can almost feel it. I guess Wednesday, says Fockbase Delta. I made my bet with T-Man. Bonds, yes, JV. Oh, snap. Keep me posted with the bet. JV, I just got my first full-time cyber job. I am ready to keep stacking. That's what's up, Chris. Postponed till March so they can tank it, says Matt. Manipulation, corruption. We will be discussing manipulation and corruption via BlackRock towards the latter end of the show. The latest insights from Max Keiser as well as Alex Jones on how he really thinks about BlackRock. Thou shalt hodl Bitcoin. That's right, one of the 10 commandments in the Old Testament. If it's denied, lawsuits will follow, 100%. Can you make me laugh, please, today? Sucks, says Judge Bibbles. Well, someone please say something funny, because now you put me on the spot. Yeah. How about a little Sailor? Is Sailor available? Let's see. Michael, are you available?
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
It's going up forever, Laura. There you go. That's the ETF will pass this week, says David Wrong. Why do you think most likely Satoshi? Or who do you think? That's a great question for discussion. A lot of controversy surrounding that, Jerome. Honestly, I think it's a collective of people that represent Satoshi. I don't know, maybe Adam Back potentially involved. Max Keiser potentially involved. I honestly don't know, though, so I'm not going to act like I know. And there's actually a guy by the name of Satoshi in Japan. I'm sure you've seen that guy with the glasses. He's now like the face of Bitcoin. There is no second best. That's right. You got that right. But anyways, fam, we still got a lot to cover. So let's kick down the door and share the latest Bitcoin technical analysis from John Bollinger, creator of the Bollinger Bands, which is a indicator we use commonly here with TA. It says Bollinger forecasts a Bitcoin breakout with $50,000 on the horizon. So let's discuss it. John suggested the Bitcoin price is likely to break higher from the current level. This prediction is based on his analysis using the Bollinger Bands chart. Let me know if you use the Bollinger Bands, a popular TA tool he developed. And for context, Bollinger Bands are a type of statistical chart characterizing the prices and volatility of an asset over time. They consist of a set of 3 lines, which is the middle line, typically representing the simple moving average of the asset's price, and the other 2 lines are plotted as a standard deviation above and below the average. This tool helps traders to assess market conditions and potential price movements. Quoting him here from X, I think it breaks higher. Now, Bollinger's prediction using this methodology indicates a positive outlook on the King crypto, especially significant in light of the recent market turbulence. And here you're looking at the Bitcoin 4-hour candle chart. Now, so far, Bitcoin's journey in the crypto market has been marked by resilience, as evidenced by its recovery from a notably downturn in the market that resulted in the asset to trade in the $40,000 region. Currently trading at roughly the 44,000 mark, Bitcoin has shown a 3% growth for the past week. This rebound is particularly noteworthy following a bearish report from Matrixport concerning a rejection of the spot Bitcoin ETF by the US SEC, which tanked the market roughly $5,000 and liquidated like over $1 billion in longs, which was wild. That was last week. Joining Bollinger in bullish predictions is Dan Cambardello, another well-respected analyst of the crypto space. He has projected an upward breakout for Bitcoin, potentially leading Bitcoin to reach the 50,000 mark in the short term and 60,000 in the long term. Now, I've been calling for 50,000 here in January. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that. Also, keep in mind, we could see this ETF approval next week, with the 10th being the deadline. This projection is tied to the anticipation of the spot Bitcoin ETF approval, which can serve as a significant catalyst for the Bitcoin price movement. He explains that this upward trend would represent a historical breakthrough for BTC, especially in terms of breaking through the lower highs of the Fibonacci level. Quoting him here from X, Bitcoin ETF ticking time bomb. Approval can trigger historic crypto rally. Yeah, I agree with that. Notably, it's evident that the predictions from both Bollinger and Gambardello hinge significantly on the U.S. SEC's decision regarding the approval for the spot Bitcoin ETF. So the ball is in Gary Gensler's court. How do you think Gary is going to react? And while optimism prevails, he also cautioned that a rejection can lead to a deadline in Bitcoin's price, or a decline, potentially dropping below 40,000 to find support around $37,000. So let me know your thoughts on that. And as a bonus, I want to discuss the difficulty, which just rose again 1.65% for the first time in 2024. That's right, January 5th, Bitcoin once again broke another record in terms of how difficult it is to discover a Bitcoin block reward. The network's difficulty rose to 73.2 trillion after a 1.65 uptick on Friday Eastern Time. The change occurred at precisely 7:41 p.m. Eastern at block height 824,544, and it followed the 6.98% increase that took place nearly 2 weeks ago at block height 822,528. So every 2 weeks, we typically get a new difficulty adjustment. Fundamentally, Bitcoin's difficulty represents a metric reflecting the challenge involved in identifying a block subsidy to append a fresh block to the blockchain. The difficulty level changes every 2 weeks, give or take, to maintain a consistent block time, which for Bitcoin is about 10 minutes per block. The latest figure, 73.2 trillion, is a reflection of the current difficulty target. This number signifies the upper limit of what the hash of a block must be for it to be considered valid. When the difficulty is 73.2 trillion, it means the hash of a valid block must be less than or equal to the target number that is very low relative to the possible range of hash values. The lower this target is, the less likely a random guess of the hash will be below it, which effectively means it's harder to find a valid block. Now, over the past year, the difficulty target has soared to new records, breaking previous heights consistently, and I don't think it's going to slow down in 2024. What do you think, fam? The surge is attributed to the substantial increase in hash rate, now cruising at 545 exahashes per second, as per the Luxor's hash rate index statistics. Despite the last 20 rises in 2023 and the initial hike in 2024, the Bitcoin miners and the escalating hash rate remain undeterred. Block times have quickened beyond the usual 10-minute average, leading to a hike after 2016 blocks are mined. Now, according to Max Keiser, with this hash rate of 545 quintillion exahashes per second, that indicates that the Bitcoin price right now should be around the $400,000 mark per coin. So let that sink in. And throughout 2023, the network added more than 300 exahashes per second, maintaining a steadfast pace that significantly accelerated as the year concluded. Now, application-specific integrated circuit producers, better known as ASICs, have launched their next-generation devices, boasting elevated terahash capacities and enhanced efficiency, measured in joules per terahash. Since the close of the previous year, mining enterprises have produced tens of thousands of these advanced units, with a majority slated for 2024 delivery. So there you have it, family. There's the latest as far as the hash rate and difficulty is concerned, and the $50,000 prediction from John Bollinger and the other analysts. Let me know if you agree or disagree. First and foremost, that we'll likely see 50 G's incoming here in January. Holla at your boy. Greetings, Earthlings. Shout out Earthling Herrera. Does anyone have evidence that BlackRock bought Bitcoin? Ooh, that was actually supposed to have been yesterday. They're supposed to purchase 10 million. I didn't see a verification, anything publicly. If you guys did, let me know. What up, Adam Weil? People say they don't want to invest in a non-tangible asset, yet isn't the internet non-tangible too with unlimited value? Good point, Jerry. And owning a piece of Bitcoin right now is like owning a piece of the internet back in the 90s. That's what's up. I thought they weren't allowed to buy until the ETF was... No, they started seeding their ETFs already, many of the asset managers, and they were making another buy. Wait for the Saudis. That's right, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Where you at? They'll send Bitcoin to the moon, where no man has ever gone before, Laura. Plug into our Discord. Hell yeah. Just buy Bitcoin, whole Bitcoin, and don't sell. Simple. Simple as that, Skins. In fact, it's so simple, most people can't do it. Ain't that wild? If you're allergic to something your body doesn't like, it gives histamines, making you itchy and miserable. Things that don't activate your histamines make you feel good. Appreciate those insights, Christy. 100,000 by my B-Day. on February 2nd. Oh, snap. That's 9 days before my B-Day, Jennifer. How cool is that? I hope you're right. I'd love to see 100,000 price action sooner than later. I think it's inevitable in 2024, but what do you guys think? Even electricity is intangible, says JB. Fly to the moon. Bitcoin rules everything around me. Cream, get the biddies. $1 million bits, y'all. You already know. There's no second best.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
Can you call the SEC to hurry up? Waiting, it's getting boring. Maybe the real Gary Gensler will pop on board. He's been coming on the channel each and every day during the show, interestingly enough. And interesting also, I'll share it later, the SEC just made a tweet telling investors not to FOMO. I'll share Max Keiser's response to that SEC tweet. Looks like they're trying to figure out if they can control the price or not. Yeah, what else is new? Shout out to the Vineyards. My B-Day is February 3rd, fam. That's what's up, Dad Master. A lot of birthdays incoming. If BlackRock did not buy Bitcoin, then what happened? Well, it's a good question, Henry. Good question for Mr. Lawrence Fink. Love that clip. Never gets old, right, Jerry? Corvettes and Lambos for all soon. That's right. Send me a Porsche, please. Bitcoin is pure energy. Jesus coin. Jesus. Kombucha coin 2024. Gary, my son, introduced me to Bitcoin September 2016 at $600. We purchased 12 Bitcoin together. Since then, I've been hooked. Well, congratulations and God bless you and your son, Mr. Feathers. Well done. Maybe love is afraid of me, says Judge Bibbles. Love is never afraid, family. Not true love, at least. Christy says, fire. Just put your lighters in the air. I appreciate that. I love when you guys do that. Just added a 1. Cheers, Booba Fru. Appreciate that. Yeah, so let's go. Everyone just tuning in, pump the likes. We already got 600 people here on the live stream. Our goal is to get over 1,000. We should have over 1,000 people on every daily show. Building the CBDC, aka XRP, is intertwined with the moves, says David number 23. Isn't that SEC warning a huge red flag? Typically. I'll take another Toyota. Right on. Bitcoin equals fly of the dark side of the moon. Don't ever let anybody know how many Bitcoin you are holding. Sage advice, John. I think that's smart as well. FOMO advert from the SEC is a bullish sentiment. 100% skins. You got Mr. Feathers. I am concerned. I need BlackRock. Bought Bitcoin evident, please. I got those lighters in the air. Appreciate that, family. Much love, much respect. But without further ado, still got a lot of news to cover. So let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss a very bullish ETH prediction. One analyst calling for 10,000 ETH this cycle. Another calling for 20,000 ETH. I want to know your thoughts on these predictions. So let's break this baby down. A widely followed analyst and trader believes Ethereum could hit the 5-figure price this year. The analyst, synonymously known as Credible Crypto, shares on X that his minimum price target for Ethereum in 2024 is 10,000. I second that. I think 10,000 is a very realistic, simple target to attain. What are your thoughts? A gain of over 343% from the current level. Credible goes on to say that his maximum price target for Ether in 2024 is 20,000 per coin. Holy moly. That gives me deja vu vibes of when I got into Bitcoin in 2017 and we ran up to 20,000 per coin like 6 years ago, but only this time, imagine Ethereum hitting 20 G's. What are your thoughts? That's an upside of around 786% from the current price action. And looking at the price of Ethereum in the low time frame, Credible says that while Ethereum has printed a local bottom earlier this week at around 2,100, the leading altcoin would still witness one more corrective move towards $2,160 before challenging its resistance at 2,400. Quoting the analyst here, think that last liquidation wick marked our bottom, but at least in the short term, I think we may see a small move down and a bit more ranging before we're ready for the next leg up. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. Now, Credible's bullish take on Ether comes as the blockchain analytics platform Sentiment says Ethereum whales are rapidly accumulating the second largest digital asset by market cap. According to Sentiment, the top 150 self-custody wallets now hold 56.25 million Ethereum, the highest level ever recorded. Meanwhile, exchange wallets hold 9.46 million ETH, the lowest level since June of 2018. Interesting. And in the case of both exchange and non-exchange wallets, Sentiment says that the top 150 whales now own 65.71 million Ethereum, which is a new all-time high. Now, clearly, the whales are the smart money, and the smart money right now is accumulating ETH. As you can see here, look at those charts. Wow, top 150 self-custody wallets, which is 56.25 million ETH, most held all-time high. Top 150 overall wallet, 65.71 million ETH is the most held of all time. And you got in the blue, the top 150 exchange wallets, 9.46 million ETH is nearing its lowest level since June of 2018. So it's fastly coming off the exchanges. So let me know your thoughts on that particular prediction. Do you think we'll likely see a $10,000 or potentially $20,000 ETH in 2024? Let me know. And by a sign of hands, put a 1 if you think Ethereum will achieve $10,000 or more in this year of 2024. Put a 2 if you just don't believe that's going to happen. I'd love to know your thoughts and feedback so I can gauge it. ETH is centralized as what? Preach, Corey. Bitcoin is a sleeping beast that the institutional investors don't want us to wake up just yet, waiting till after their Bitcoin ETF. This is true. Wow, the real Gary Gensler is here. Good to see you, real Gary Gensler. He says,
long day at the office, all this paperwork, January 10th.
Thank you, real Gary. Always appreciate your insights, family. We got a mixed bag here, a lot of 1s. We got some 2s, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. Trash, 1, 2, 2. No second best, though I'd love it. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Wow. Maybe the majority of you guys don't believe ETH will hit 10,000 this year. Shout out to Papa Smurf. Wow, we got the head Papa in charge here. Big Papa. Welcome, family. Thanks for subbing to the pod. We're putting 1s in there only if you think Ethereum will realistically hit 10 Gs or more for this year. If you say no, just put a 2. Adam put a 444. 3, I guess you can be honest and say, I don't know. Sure. A lot of paperwork, Gary. Monkey see, monkey do. So we got a lot of people not believing Ethereum's going to hit 10,000. I am the real deal, says Gary. Oh boy, we have Gary wars again. Everyone's claiming to be the real Gary. We don't know who the true real Gary is. If you're the real Gary Gensler, please stand up. Please stand up. 50-50 split. It does seem to be this way. Maybe half of you believe we're going to hit those targets for ETH. The other half is like, nah. What up, David? Why would ETH hit 10,000 when JP can just unload their 70% pre-mine? Good question, David. I am Bitcoin, says Ed. Cheers. What up, Razel? Zero. Ethereum's mum coin. 20,000 ETH, another party at JV's. We'll celebrate the Bitcoin price actions. January 10th is my B-Day, so hopefully we get the good news on the ETF between now and then. Wow, your birthday is January 10th. Talk about a double party we're going to be having. ETH around 7 to 8, predicts Raziel. Corey, 420,000 cycle top. Send it. Good stream. Thanks, man. Cheers, Judge Bibbles. I appreciate the super. Thanks for supporting the channel. The real Tristan, says Will. Shout out to the real Tristan. Bitcoin only, says Skins. That's what's up. I vote the opposite of what Jim Cramer thinks. Yeah, I think we all inverse Kramer. We know better not to. Hey, JV, what up, fam? McLovin, cheers, family. Good to see you, broski. Always a pleasure. Jocelyn Rivera, welcome, fam. We now got over 700 people on the stream. We still got a lot of news to cover. My B-Day is January 10th, too. Wow. Tommy, buy now, sell in 4 days, take profits, as Mike. January 10th is the day I end my 75 days sober challenge. Congratulations on 75 days of sobriety. Barack, that's a big deal. Raziel, thank you for subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Appreciate that. 20x, says Jennifer. Send it. We're going to see a lot of volatility this year. Yeah, always anticipate volatility. Year of the halvings. That's a given. What up, Kurt? Volatility equals life force, by the way, as Michael Saylor describes it. And the force is strong with BTC. 48,000 soon, I hope. If you really invested, Kramer, then you wouldn't be saying the ETF is good news. Crypto owners will be the wealthiest people on the planet. Yeah, for sure. And I think they're going to overtake the wealth of Bezos and Elon for sure. When Bitcoin hits 1 million, that means Satoshi's wallet will be worth over 1 trillion. Cheaper sats before the ETF. Keep on stacking, says Shane. Amen. What up, Terry? Cheers, fam. JC. Mo Ken. Happy birthday BBQ party in Puerto Rico. Send it. Thoughts on Gala Games? I think gaming, I'm very bullish on. I remember the previous cycle, gaming and NFTs were the two biggest niches that were exploding. I'd expect nothing less this cycle. I think gaming is clearly an undervalued market that continues to go parabolic. Just look at games like Roblox and all the games the kids are playing. Hello from Romania, Cornwall Edward, Romania in the building. Shout out to the Tates as well. I'm a Bitcoinaholic. Cheers to that. I'll drink to that. January 10th is when the truck takes off. Just loading the truck this weekend. Yeah, the 10th is only in 4 days, family. So enjoy the weekend. ETF approval, 50 G's, 60 G's, price discovery mode, 100 G's, party in Puerto Rico. Let's go. Crypto, the currency of the worldwide nation. Amen. Enjoy that. But anyways, fam, we're going to get on with our next story of the day. We just finished the Ethereum predictions. So now let's discuss Bitcoin ETFs, which are on everyone's mind right now, right? That's going to be the focus of the rest of the show. Bitcoin ETFs. So here's the headline. SEC moves closer to spot Bitcoin ETF approval with 19B4 amendment filings. That's right. The US SEC has begun accepting filings by exchanges in a sign towards approval of a listing of a spot Bitcoin ETF. On January 5th, yesterday, which was Friday, 19B4 amendments were filed for spot Bitcoin ETF apps from asset managers, BlackRock, Valkyrie, Grayscale, Bitwise, Hashdex, ARC21 Shares, Invesco Galaxy, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, VanEck, and Wisdom Tree. Now, the filings are one of the last stages in the SEC approval process, but S1 documents must be completed in order for U.S. exchanges to begin listing shares of investment securities with direct exposure to crypto. Some experts have speculated that final approval for the spot Bitcoin ETF will be before January 10th, the deadline for the offering from ARK Invest in 21 shares. A potential approval could mean greater adoption of crypto in the U.S., and worldwide. As James Seyfarth shares here, there's the first 19B4 amendment filing. Here we go. Let's go. Now, meanwhile, in a post, Bloomberg ETF analyst Balchunas showed optimism that the SEC would approve a Bitcoin ETF by the start of the week, which could potentially be in 2 days, family. Yeah, 48 hours from now. It is basically done. Latest, I am hearing from multiple sources that final S1s are due at 8 a.m. on Monday, as the SEC is trying to line everyone up for the January 11th launch. Wow, could you imagine approval and then launch the following day? Send it. However, U.S. financial advisors as a whole are not as confident that the SEC will approve the offering. In fact, on January 4th, it was reported that only 39% of US-based financial advisors even believe a Bitcoin ETF will be approved this year. I covered that story actually in yesterday's podcast, and I don't know what world they're living in. But anyways, in a survey from ETF issuer Bitwise, financial advisors across the country were asked several questions, with participants ranging from registered investment advisors, financial planners, institutional investors, and wirehouse representatives. And when participants were asked to select a time period for when they expect the spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved, only 39% of them answered 2024. So it just goes to show you how clueless the typical financial advisor truly is. What's your thoughts? How can you explain that? Why do the majority of them not even believe it's going to happen this entire year, let alone this week? Let me know your thoughts. I'll read some more comments out loud, and then we'll dive into our next ETF story of the day. I'll drink to that, even though I don't drink. Well, you can drink kombucha, family. We're drinking kombucha here, family. Sell the news. Going to be a good time to buy soon, says Papa Guff. Living all the light blue stars. I get mine in 2 days. That's what's up. Yes, the light blue star is month 2, being a member here on the channel. Dark blue is your first 30 days. A great day. 100%. Every day in crypto is a great day. Back in October, I was calling for January 10th for the ETF, says McLovin. We shouldn't be surprised. Clueless since they don't offer biddies. Bingo. Do you think the exchanges will sell Bitcoin off the exchanges like they do to big buyers in order to keep the price down? Man, so like over the counter, I think they do that kind of stuff already. And I think some of the big buyers can probably just go directly to the miners, kind of cut out the middleman, which would be the exchange. Did Satoshi just use Binance? That is kind of funny. Majority of financial people still think it's too risky, so they can't recommend and won't look into it. Good point, Matt. Meanwhile, the things they recommend are extremely risky. It's crazy that when I started my challenge in early October, it gave me January 10th as the date. Oh, word, Barek. We're still hitting 100 to 250 by 2025, regardless of the ETF approval. That's right, because Bitcoin doesn't need Wall Street. Wall Street needs biddies. And the people who think Satoshi is a real person, rolling on the floor, laughing. Sativa Blazer. Keep puffing that Sativa, fam. Happy 420 to infinity and beyond. Send it. Veve has the best NFTs in the world, says Pack. Miners don't want to sell. Well, miners have been crushing it. We covered, I think, Marathon Digital. They mined almost 1,900 Bitcoin just in the month of December. Off the wall. There you go. Kombucha. Is the ledger still compromised? That's a good question, Christian. I just think there's better alternative wallets to be using. So it's up to you. Some people still love their ledgers, so to each their own. I need my star. Where's the link where I can become a member? You should see a join button right next to the subscribe button. And also you can just go to members.cryptonewsalerts.net or just look in the description. You'll see a link to the members. But you should see a button next to subscribe that just says join. And you can join for as little as $2.99 a month, which is a no-brainer. We now have over 500 members of the channel. Anyone planning on platforms freezing up on the ETF pump? 100%. Every single time we have a legitimate pump, Coinbase freezes and you can't make a buy. I've recognized that since 2017. I think most of the exchanges are the same. They just freeze up and you can't buy. So plan accordingly. Just watch the video released today, Why Bitcoin ETFs Won't Be Approved, with Peter Dunworth. Very interesting and full of good points. Shout out to Peter. He officially has the most bullish Bitcoin price prediction we've ever covered on the channel. I think it's $6 or $7 billion per coin. If someone can clarify, let me know. Trezor is a nice cold storage wallet. I second that. Dang, what I miss, JV? I don't want to start from the beginning. You can't. I'm live. So after the live, you go back to the beginning. It's all good. I'll forgive you. What about the Bitcoin Grayscale put on the market? I only smoke weed when I am alone, on or when you're with me, says Judge Bibbles. Word. What up, JV? Shout out to Nip, the mascot of the channel. 2024 is going to be amazing, says Crypto Mama. Cheers, Crypto Mama, and salute to that. 2024 is going to be lit 100%. 1.7 million in Bitcoin was sent to Satoshi's wallet per George. That is right. I saw that news this morning. They do freeze up on the big wins too, says Stupid Bitcoin. I heard Max Keiser made a necklace out of Peter's gold. That's hilarious. VanEck says that BlackRock has $2 billion in investments lined up already. Let's go. Shout out to Live Dairy. I appreciate you subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Much love, much respect. Marathon Digital broke a record for the most Bitcoin mined in 1 month. That's right, that was December, by any public company ever. They're crushing it. The miners are killing it. Even Russia's biggest miner is opening up shop in Ethiopia. They're going to be creating Ethiopia, a mining hub out there, which I covered on the show maybe a week ago. Is there a second best? I meant to play Sailor.
Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin, then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin.
So there you go. Just listen to the Giga Chat himself. Shout out Diego Rodriguez. Thanks for the sub, family. But anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day, discuss the latest with VanEck. I think this is pretty fantastic, and I have a lot of respect for them for doing this. Here's the headline. VanEck pledges 5% of their spot Bitcoin ETF profits to core developers after the SEC approval. That's what's up. Asset manager VanEck, which has a pending app for the spot ETF with the US SEC, said it planned to donate some of the profits from the investment vehicle to Bitcoin core developers following their approval. Now, what if all the rest of them did the same? That'd be pretty lit. In a January 5th post on X, VanEck announced it, sharing a 5% pledge to the Bitcoin core developers through nonprofit organization Brink ahead of the potential approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF app. This asset management said it had already made a $10,000 donation to the developers, regardless of whether the SEC gives the green light to the investment vehicle. As they shared here, we're not Bitcoin tourists at VanEck. We're in it for the long haul. That's why we made an initial $10,000 donation and signed a pledge to donate 5% of our Bitcoin ETF profits, if approved, to support Bitcoin core developers for at least 10 years. So kudos to them. The SEC has not approved the spot Bitcoin ETF fund for listing on any of the US exchanges at this time, but many expect the commission to decide ahead of the January 10th deadline, which is coming up in a few days. Let me know if you feel we're going to get the approval. And on January 4th, VanEck filed a notice with the SEC to register its Bitcoin ETF shares as securities on the CBOE BZX exchange. Now, the asset manager is one of the many awaiting on the SEC decision, including BlackRock, Bitwise, Fidelity, Grayscale, Valkyrie, Invesco, Galaxy, and WisdomTree. The firm launched a media campaign in December following similar ad spots from Bitwise and Hashdex as Bitcoin game theory continues in full effect. Let me know if you saw their ads. And in September, VanEck made a similar pledge to donate 10% of all profits from its Ether futures ETF to Ethereum core developers for 10 years. The SEC previously approved crypto investment vehicles tied to Bitcoin and ETH futures, but any approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF could have far-reaching implications for adoption is precisely what the investors want and need. So we're sick of futures. We don't need any more futures. We need the spot. We need the real deal. So Mr. Gary Gensler, please stand up. Please stand up. And shout out to Nipsey getting comfortable in the background there. Let's go, VanEck. Yeah, I thought that was cool. I don't like VanEck donations to developers. We already have enough bells and whistles. Hanging on Bitcoin with ordinals. Keep it pure and keep it real, says Tarvus. No, second best. That's right. It's going up forever, Laura. The way it's set up on VanEck will have no influence over the devs. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I think it's cool. I mean, clearly they didn't have to do that. So I think it's goodwill. Galaxy Digital, good under the radar stock to take advantage of here. Invesco Galaxy is pending their ETF approval. Right on. Frank the Tank Degen, what it do? Joining the Discord. That's what's up. Everyone make sure you join our Discord. We have a private server, probably already over 20 chats in there, and you can join the discussion with Crypto Fam. CIA is possibly Satoshi. BlackRock just added 1 million into their wallet, says END. Nipsey Coin, the real threat is the issue of the ETF. They know the world is ready to all go levered up, and the chess game between them and us, they have the power to move the market whatever way. Good insights there. Gary is not letting us have the ETF until the 10th, when he'll have it pulled from his grubby little claws. The Gensler, the Gensinator. I only have Binance. I now call it Binance, and out of respect to Janet Yellen. I don't give a what. Okay. Donating is not good. This can influence them. It is the Trojan horse, says Thomas. Well, what if BlackRock makes the announcement, we're donating 90% of our profits to the devs? Like, oh no. I mean, I think they have clear motives. Or pure. What do you guys think? Monopoly coin. Let's play worldwide with real money. There you go. Yes, I guarantee you that all the platforms will be under maintenance on the day of the official ETF approval. That will be your clue. Probably. Sounds familiar. Nipsey Inu. 0. Cheers, family. Appreciate all the supers. You're the man. Welcome, KC. What it do? Appreciate you joining the stream. Be sure to pump those likes. We're about to kick into high gear with our featured stories of the day here coming up. A little bit more news to share with you, and then we'll do our live Q&A. I see VanEck as the snake. It is. Word to the moon. It's just smart and good marketing to donate to the tech. Its people are choosing which ETF, and they are the maximalists. They will go to VanEck. Good point. So they'll probably receive more than 10% in revenue and transactions in return. So probably a smart, brilliant marketing play, I would agree. Peacemaker, Turkey in the building. What up, Turkey? John Bibbles, appreciate that super. Can someone else donate? I feel alone. Appreciate that. You guys are too kind. Appreciate all the support. It helps out tremendously with creating and scaling the content here on the channel. Sheba to the moon, says Paradise Chasers. 0 gifted another membership. It just doesn't stop. Congrats, Judge Bibbles. You just got blessed. And it's interesting because you just donated and 0 just donated a membership. And now you got gifted and you just donated yourself. So how cool is that? The gift that keeps on giving. Hafiv, Welcome to the channel, family. I appreciate you subscribing. I don't think Gary should approve the Bitcoin ETF. It's a Trojan horse to put all the miners out of business, says Mohammed. Nipsey coin to the moon. Thanksgiving. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers. Thank Zero for that one. We got Turkey and Dirty Bird. JB, did you hear about the aliens at the Miami Mall? I did. We kind of discussed it yesterday. The story was like 100 cop cars show up on this street in Miami, which is like unprecedented. Helicopters, choppers, you name it. And the rumors are there were 10-foot shadow beings shooting at people or vice versa. That's all I know. They initially said it was like kids having a shootout, but we sure as hell know police don't respond in that way. What was really going on is a mystery, if anyone has any insights there. But I did see the video footage of like all those police cars lined up. There was also a blackout, which makes it that much more sus. So who knows what's really happening in Miami right now? Like, is that just a distraction to distract us from that Epstein list? I don't know. What do you guys think? And also, we are familiar with Project Bluebeam, of course. That's something I've known about for about 2 decades now. So, yeah, we shall soon see. ETF is a lot of paperwork. I don't like it, and it's a big manipulation, says Jay Bella. ETF doesn't hurt BTC, says Phil. Aliens were looking for that biddy. Give me the biddies. Please kidnap... I was going to say Gensler, but yeah. JV absolutely, says Zero. Was the basketball game. 2 guys shot each other in an elevator is the story they were telling us. There's definitely more to the story they're not telling us. Whatever the official story is, I don't believe. Anytime there's an official story, that's what I don't believe. And then you got to kind of read between the lines to figure out what really happened. They're saying the alien invasion for their top tier distract from reality ops. Word. You were right about the alarm, says Zero to Passive. Do you reckon Satoshi could dump his Bitcoin in a big Ponzi scheme? Theory only. Say no to paper BTC. Bruce Willis is on that list. Die Hard will never be the same. Oh, snap. I think like virtually everyone is on that list. Except JV. I'm not on that list. The Tates aren't on that list. But meanwhile, they're still locked in Romania as if they were on the list. Wild. I strongly believe it's time to go for Solana, says Jose, notwithstanding the fact that it follows Bitcoin. Guys, it is true that the true owners of BlackRock are the Rockefellers. Apparently, every group with a rock, stone, gem, etc. reference is owned by the Rockefellers. Well, we know Standard Oil, created by John D. Rockefeller in the early 1900s, monopolized that, and still today the oil industry is going strong, which is interesting. And these type of topics I prefer to only speak about on Rumble because of free speech. The bigger you become as an influencer on, for example, places like YouTube, you got to be very limited on what you say or you'll be attacked and shadow banned. I know from firsthand experience. Cat Williams wasn't on the list either. Thank God for that. Shout out to Cat Williams. I watched his new interview with Shannon Sharp. I thought it was really good. I appreciate him as a truth speaker. Thank you for the facts. You're welcome, Jose. Shabbat Shalom, fam. That's what's up. Databiter, welcome. Willis went where his handlers told him to go for the final years. Easily manipulated. I forgive him, says Databiter. JV, you're on like 30 different lists. I'm not on anyone's list. Yeah, UFO distraction failed, green light, project invasion, word. I wasn't even going to get started, says Crypto Fiend. I appreciate y'all. But anyways, let's dive into the next story, discuss ETF approval, and then the latest BlackRock alert with Max Keiser blowing the whistle, as well as Alex Jones on BlackRock and their true intentions behind all of this. But first, we got to discuss this ETF approval. Bitcoin ETF approval would be a historic mistake, says Better Market CEO, but Safeart disagreed with the letter, arguing that denying the spot ETF would be criminal. Now, Dennis Keller, a CEO of nonprofit organization Better Markets, has urged the US SEC to not approve the spot Bitcoin ETF. Wah, wah, arguing that it goes against the core principles of the regulatory body. In a letter addressed to the SEC Secretary Vanessa Countryman on January 5th, Keller emphasized that if the SEC were approved the spot Bitcoin ETF, it'd lead to investors facing significant risk. Quoting him here, "We submit this supplement complement a supplemental comment letter, which better markets very rarely does, because it would be a grave, if not historic mistake, almost certainly leading to a massive investor harm if the SEC approves the pending rule change. And here's the actual letter. Let me know if you guys had a chance to read that. Now, Keller argued that the proposed product would expose investors to a risk of potential fraud, a concern he claims is commonly associated with the crypto industry. Quoting him here, the approval of these spot Bitcoin ETPs, which are exchange-traded products, would not only expose investors to a market thoroughly contaminated with fraud and manipulation, and recently reported that over 324,000 crypto users fell victim to phishing scams in 2023, with around 300 million in digital assets lost to wallet drainers. Meanwhile, he further explained that would also enable the crypto industry to claim that his products are now approved by the U.S. government. However, prominent crypto commentators dismissed the letter, with Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seyfarth criticizing it on X. Here's what he actually tweeted. Would be an absolutely criminal move for this to happen, considering the time and effort and energy from all these issuers and from the SEC staff over the last few months. Meanwhile, in another post, Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett reiterated negative remarks that Keller has made about crypto in recent times. It is worse than a fantasy. It's a fraud on the public. So I'm curious how much money he is paid to speak this nonsense. What do you guys think? Keller made the comment during an interview with the Institute of the New Economic Thinking in May 2023. Good Lord. And in more recent news, 11 spot Bitcoin ETF apps were submitted for their 19B4 amendment forms before the close of the business day yesterday, January 5th. These forms are one of the last stages, as we discussed, in the SEC approval process, but S1 docs must be completed in order for the U.S. exchange to begin listing shares of investment securities with direct exposure to crypto. Some experts have speculated that final approval for the spot Bitcoin ETFs will drop before January 10th. And again, let me know your thoughts on that. Are we going to see the approval finally this week? When 50 G's? No more Mickey D's. It is still hanging on zero, but lost Russia, China, and Brazil. What are you referring to there? I know the BRICS movement just recently doubled as well. They now have the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and other countries we discussed a few days ago on the channel. Today saw Shark lose a breath-holding contest to Chuck Norris. Oh, no. Robbie, what up, man? Yeah. Jose Kramer is also Illuminati. Not surprising. BRICS is getting bigger. They sure are, Adam. De-dollarization is very real. Core principles of the SEC. Too funny. Good point there. I do need Bitcoin to be approved by the U.S. government. I'd rather it not be approved, says Jennifer. Chuck Norris equals Satoshi. Oh, snap. The real Satoshi is Chuck. Should have known. That's why his election is so important, says Zero. Who do you guys genuinely think will win the election in 2024? Love to know your thoughts. Some people are predicting we're not even going to have an election and that we can just have civil unrest. What's your thoughts on that? $5 for a Mick Hash Brown. Oh, no. No approval whatsoever. Bitcoin has done really well organically. This is a good point, Mohammed. Bitcoin's done damn well without any ETFs or Wall Street adoption. Kaizen, I am so bull-tarded. Sup, bro? What up, man? Cheers. Appreciate you tuning into the pod. Be sure to pump the likes. Next, we're going to be discussing our feature story of the day. I have like a dozen new tweets from Max Keiser never shared because he just tweeted them in the past few hours. And his real thoughts on BlackRock, I transcribed something he shared, which is pretty alarming, but something you guys need to know. And also the latest from Alex Jones on BlackRock, which is also noteworthy of discussing here. And then we'll do our live Q&A at the end of the show, but we still got to dive into our featured story. Trump, if the election is, what is that? If it's honest or held at all, I do think he is definitely the most popular, clearly. Not your keys, not your coins. Thanks for the reminder, Rick. Remove your crypto off the exchanges. Probably Trump, says Zero. Vivek Ramsawani, if we're lucky. $5 for hash browns at McDonald's. Damn. Yeah, ramen noodles for 6 months. Don't eat those ramen noodles. They cause cancer. Please don't eat those. Where's the ETFs? Go on your search engine and type it up. What the frick? Yeah, that's wild. So what does Mac think of BlackRock? And we're about to get into that. Don't get me started. Yeah, so it's going to be lit. I'm going to be sharing. I have like at least a dozen tweets already pulled up. Max been going in. So shout out to the high priest. Prez will be whoever Google wants it to be. Probably, sadly enough. Trump was on that list, but they claim he wasn't on the island and he didn't have any relations with any of the so-called victims. So whatever that's worth. Ramen noodles and cheese for life. Oh no, Jimmy, you can do better than that. Bitcoin ETF approval guaranteed, but ETH ETF, I believe, will never be approved. Interesting, Mark Anthony. Thank you for sharing. Eat PBJ and ramen noodles for 6 months. No, don't eat that jelly either. The first ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. You got to like be eating a natural jam, just FYI. And most peanut butters are no good to eat either because they're using those oils that cause cancer as well. Go figure. Gut off the grid, F politics, get solar, and grow your own cannabis. Now you're speaking my language, Will. And stack biddies, baby. Buy at the top, sell in the middle. Thank you for not spreading further misinformation. Pack says buy at the top. Yeah. Gensler is nothing. He wants fresh new skin. So he announces the decision. We're going to be sharing the latest SEC tweet as well. We're about to get into all this. So pump the likes, family. We got to get more people on the stream. Let's go. High fructose kills you. Yeah. Artificial sugar is no good. Even regular sugar is bad enough. So artificial sugar is 10 times worse. So anything with high fructose corn syrup, don't even eat it. And that includes like every candy, by the way. You know what I mean? Whole food nutrition, says Will. Got to be health conscious. Got to be around to enjoy your biddies, family, when they mature. Just think how many people will move their 401 into an ETF. It is going to be bigger. Big. Let's go. Shout out Punchy Coffee. Good to see you, Punchy. I miss you, brother. Corn syrup should come with free insulin. For real. 2 billion in inflows. Send it. Welcome everyone just joining the pod. Make sure to pump the likes and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate that. But without further ado, now let's dive into our featured story of the day and discuss the latest with Max Keiser exposing the truth about BlackRock and Bitcoin. Here we go. Shout out to the high priest. He recently was doing an interview. This is like a glimpse of it. And I transcribed it for you guys word for word. And I shared it on X. It's already getting a lot of retweets and such. You can check it out later. But here's what he said. BlackRock is terrible. They're one of the worst players on Wall Street. So someone just nonchalantly asked him, what are your thoughts on BlackRock? And this is what he said. They're completely without morals whatsoever. Their business model is just repackaging stocks and selling them as ETFs. Their ETFs own more stocks than there are stocks, and they charge a fee for that and have incredible political influence they use to make it easier for them to game the system. They are really a plague on capitalism. Now, Max is speaking facts right here. He also been tweeting all day regarding these ETFs. So here's what he wrote. Quick reminder, when you buy any of the Bitcoin ETFs, you're buying into an index product that tracks the price. You don't actually own any BTC. That's right. You get the IOU version of it while they keep in custody the real deal. Now, he also wrote, when you buy any of the Bitcoin ETFs, you're buying into an index product. Yes, so we just covered that one. He also wrote, I predict these ETFs will be seized by the federal government in the interest of national security, and ETF holders will be made whole with either USD or CBDC, which we all know is central bank digital currency. So he also says, once Coinbase has custody of all the ETF BTC, they will close their on-ramp for users to buy and take custody of Bitcoin on their exchange, asking the question. We got about 3,000 votes in which 56% of the people said no, and about 44% of the people said yes. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the chat. He also tweeted, someone wrote, Max, do we know what percentage of actual Bitcoin these funds will be required to hold? Max responding, it doesn't matter. Once they get seized, the feds will own the BTC. So he is pretty confident that all of that Bitcoin is going to be seized by the feds. Now, where were you at the launch of the Bitcoin Futures ETF? And this is in response to the SEC's tweet, which is alarming. 7 hours ago, the SEC tweeted, say no go to FOMO. Just because others might buy a particular investment doesn't mean it's the right opportunity for you. Learn more about finding out what's right for you and your investing goals. Max responded, where were you at the launch of the Bitcoin Futures ETF? A known extremely high-risk garbage product not suitable for any retail investor. Pathetic you are. I mean, Jedi Master Yoda couldn't have said it better himself. He also wrote the two most common traits of Bitcoin ETF buyers. Number one, they don't understand Bitcoin. And number two, they don't understand ETFs. Preach. He also wrote, President Bukele figured out long ago that Bitcoin is a central bank and a fiat money killer. He made Bitcoin legal tender, and El Salvador is thriving. We say goodbye, IMF. The next big thing coming next week. Now, what do you think the next big thing is going to be? I think with all the hints he's been sharing is going to be a spot Bitcoin ETF with Bitcoin in and Bitcoin out. That puts to shame all the garbage ETFs awaiting approval in the United States. But let me know your thoughts, fam. Now, VJ wrote, ETF Pro, massive influx of capital drawing global savings into an inflation-resistant store value. Everything has pros and cons, right? Advantages and disadvantages, but here's the con. Increase the custodial concentration risk, the main reason why gold became vulnerable to state attack. We must work to mitigate the latter risk as much as possible, because look at this. You have all the applicants listed here. And look, Coinbase is virtually going to be the custodian for the majority of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gemini is 1 for VanEck. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 of the top ones, it's all Coinbase. Very sus. Now, Fidelity is self-custody, which is interesting. Now, other tweets. Alex Jones has been blowing the whistle on BlackRock for a very long time, and now he's back reinstated on X. Shout out to the real Alex Jones. The UN has officially adopted the BlackRock plan to forcefully establish a corporate governance system called ESG. It does not matter what country you're in, it's all the same. Every evil agenda is coming directly from this group. That's why you see the open insanity of men competing against women in boxing across the world. And yeah, if you didn't know, USA Boxing is now allowing biological men to fight women. You can't make this ish up. United States, what's going on? BlackRock will pull funding if the organizations do not follow the ESG directive. Destabilizing the male-female ecosystem is key to their depopulation agenda. We're dealing with a death cult. That's quoting Jones. He also tweeted, this is extremely important information. Know your enemy. If people will just read what BlackRock and the World Economic Forum are saying and doing, will be game over for them. They are openly pushing a dystopian plan for the world. The communist Chinese-style COVID lockdowns were just a beta test. Read the globalist plan to use a novel virus as a pretext to launch a planetary police state controlled by the UN. We are here now. And he has another tweet I'm going to read. BlackRock is the conductor controlling over 85% of planetary wealth. 99% of the Fortune 500 take direct orders from BlackRock. Larry Fink openly brags about how he controls our behavior through the ESG regime. Their public goal is a 90% reduction in population. Men like Fink and Gates must be exposed. It's time to take our power back. The lockdowns, the poison shots, the open borders, the new wars, the tax on the family, it all comes from this death cult. The parasite class has stolen the world and now want most of us dead. They are coming for all of us. This is total war. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the sentiment from Alex Jones and Max Keiser. And now I want to read you this bullish price target that the Bitcoin price can surge to $500,000 per coin with the launch of the ETF. This is important because we may get the ETF approval as soon as a few days from now, potentially within the next 48 hours. So here we go. Fox journalist Eleanor Terrett reports that the amended 19B4 filings and last-minute phone calls regarding the comments on the S1s and possible launch dates are expected in the coming days. And while the approvals seem likely in the next week, according to Terrett, the timeline ultimately depends on the SEC's ability to review the comments and amendments submitted efficiently. She described the current situation as a meticulous process of dotting the I's and crossing the T's, emphasizing the attention to the detail required by regulatory clearance. Now, on the other hand, we have crypto analyst Adam Cochran offering valuable insights into the potential impact of the Bitcoin ETFs, as all signs point to the imminent approval of these investment products. Cochran suggests that many may overestimate the short-term effects of ETF approval while underestimating its long-term implications. In the immediate aftermath, market flows may not witness a significant surge. However, Cochran believes that investment advisors will review their clients' portfolios over the next year and recommend diversifying even a small percentage, such as 1%, into the ETF. Cochran emphasized that the Bitcoin price performance with a remarkable 157% return in the latter half of 2023 will be a key factor driving investor interest. He envisions a gradual upward trajectory for the Bitcoin price, characterized by persistent growth and occasional market volatility. Now, ultimately, Cochran's long-term forecast indicates a potential Bitcoin price surge to $500,000 per coin. Send it, leaving the sideline investors regretfully waiting for a substantial market correction. Quoting him here. Also, ETFs result in spot buys, not leverage, which improves the system health and are long-term hodlers less likely to sell volatility. So it creates a slow grind up for the underlying market health, like the best DCA you can ask for, talking about dollar cost averaging. Now, crypto analyst Ali Martinez suggests that the pricing of potential Bitcoin ETF may not have been fully realized, providing insight into the current state of the Bitcoin market. Mr. Martinez points to a deadline in the estimated leverage ratio across all the exchanges reaching a 2-year low. Can we have a supply shock? I think so. This indicates the Bitcoin traders are adopting a more cautious approach, reducing their use of borrowed funds as they await regulatory clarity on the ETF. So right now we have all eyes on this ETF approval. The level is reinforced by approximately 2.41 million addresses holding over 1 million BTC, creating a substantial support zone right now. The significant number of addresses with substantial Bitcoin holdings suggests a strong interest in maintaining the crypto's value, providing a foundation for market stability. That's right. And right now, the majority of the Bitcoin is in the hands of the long-term hodlers. So where my diamond hands at? With the laser eyes, make some noise. Martinez notes that the resistance levels ahead for Bitcoin appear relatively minor. This implies that fewer significant barriers are impeding the potential price increases, and with reduced resistance, the market conditions become more and more favorable for stable or rising prices, further supporting the bullish sentiment. So there you have it. What are your thoughts surrounding on Max Keiser blowing the whistle, telling us the truth about BlackRock and behind their evil agenda with these Bitcoin ETFs? And ultimately, no one of you guys are going to have access to the actual real underlying assets. It's going to be custodianed by Coinbase, as they're going to be the largest holder. And then do you think the government will just confiscate them all and then ban self-custody, which is clearly the agenda? Not saying that's going to happen, but it's clear if you can read between the lines. And let me know your thoughts with what Alex Jones has to share with blowing the whistle against BlackRock as well, and also surrounding this $500,000 price prediction off the back of the ETF approval. We also have Samson Mao, founder of Jan3, predicting we can hit as high as $1 million per coin within days or weeks after the approval of the ETF, which can potentially be within the next 48 hours. Let me know your thoughts, fam. And I appreciate everyone out here still hanging out in the live chat. What it do? Laser eyes and diamond hands. Shit out Robbie P. That's an epic track, by the way. Freestyle. We have played on Rumble. We've done a react session to that. Let's go, Will. Alex Jones might be right. Remember, he has the gold, makes the rules. Now it's he who has the Bitcoin makes the rules. Good point, Crypto Dan. We know who is the biggest hodler of the gold. It's the central banks and countries around the world. But guess what? We front ran them all when it comes to Bitcoin. So Wall Street took an L. Howdy from rural Florida, surrounded by cows. What part of Florida, family? Shout out to Crypto. I appreciate you subbing to the pod. Never selling. That's what's up. BlackRock 10 mil purchase. Bitcoin done. Good question. I didn't see a verification of it. They supposed to have made the purchase yesterday. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Maybe by Monday. We shall soon see. Gary, we'll do a trade-off. ETF for your keys, right? Christy, what's the difference between an Alex Jones conspiracy and the truth? About 6 months. That's a good one. Shout out to Mr. Alex Jones. I am more like pinned eyes and empty pockets, Will. So how is Fidelity different? I don't know. It mentioned self-custody where Coinbase was the custodian listed on the majority of all the others. So I got to look deeper into that myself because I don't know if you can really self-custody it. I don't understand how they would allow that. More like a master-slave relationship. Will let lie, but give, or let live, just give enough to survive, and then you choose to run the so-called dystopia, says IO. The Rockefellers, cough, cough, BlackRock, stretching out the tension for the peasants in the ETF announcement. Cheers, Peacemaker. What up, JV? Cheers, Jesse Oro. Thanks for tuning into the pod family. Just wrapping up here. I understand Keith, Bitcoin rich, blazed on cannabis, and no fiat for the government. Self-custody, they were mining Bitcoin since 2014. They have advisors who are very smart helping others understand Bitcoin. That's what's up. Respect to that. Check out Bitcoin Beach in El Salvador. Amen. Just imagine Bitcoin ETFs offer in Satoshi due to the supply shortages. Boom. What is called BlackRock? The only BlackRock I know is set in Kaaba and Mecca, the Blackstone meteorite. Very interesting. Research BlackRock and look deeper into that. It's very interesting. Fidelity, smart one, self-custody. I am stressing. Let's go. What up? BlackRock magnetic mountain rumored to be in the middle of the earth. The flat earth. There you go, Fro. You already know. BlackRock quote, they will own nothing and be happy. And let's not forget Mr. Lawrence Fink, aka Larry Fink, not too long ago said, Bitcoin is an index for money laundering. Now he's all in? Go figure. Trust nobody, verify everything. UN logo is also the flat earth. This is fact. I just got here. Hidden in plain sight, family. I just got here. Provide a quick recap of your show, please. Never. This is like a 2-hour show, dog. There's so much you missed. We covered it all. You know what I mean? Greetings from Peru. Long time, JV. Peru in the building. Shout out, Fabio. You can't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you. Well said, Ian. You never sent me that Bitcoin you said you was going to give me. It's been a year now, says Justin Hurd. Are you talking to JV? Let me know. I don't recall having a conversation with you. What happens to economy when the Bitcoin hits milli? The hell with the Gary. Let's go Qatar. Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Bring it. Zero. Says fiat is shiat. That's a good one. Cheers, Zero. Appreciate it. ESG is dead and Bitcoin killed it. Boom. If some point in your life you should come across anything better than justice, wisdom, and discipline, courage, it must be an extraordinary thing. Marcus Aurelius, word. Bitcoin savior, a 10 son, 8-bit son, child, Eden, Eaton, Saturn, Black Cube. You already know, illustrated. I got a very smart fam here. Welcome, Jugs. What it do? I love mushrooms and money, says Keith, and women and guns and cars and more money. Just add Bitcoin to that list and you'll be set. Link, shout out Chainlink. Yes, 100K, send it. Fink is definitely, by Webster's dictionary, an unpleasant, uncontentable person. Word. Alex Jones always has some truths. He always lit. Yeah, he's always fun to watch. I'm a fan. That's exactly what they're trying to replicate, that little black square building. I think we have a hollow earth. They always want us looking up but never down. Can it be flat and hollow? Anything is possible, family. Where do you think the grays come from? You guys tell me. What you guys know about MJ12? What do you guys know about William Cooper? Behold a pale horse. Holla at your boy. JV, Beach, let's go. Bitcoin Beach, bring it. They don't want us to get that FU money. That's right. They want us dependent upon them. 100%. You know what I mean? Announcement on purpose, which makes people buy, and when there's no ETF announced, they sell and cause the dips. It could be a possible scenario. We're all anticipating ETF next week. Nothing happens, and they try to dump the market. Expect the unexpected, one of my mottos. What up, KD? I appreciate you subbing. Jesse, JV is 100K enough to make it split among Bitcoin, ETH, and alts. It depends upon your goals, family. Everyone's in a different boat. To Michael Saylor, 100,000 would be like, you know what I mean? He'd be jumping off the rooftop of a building. So to each their own. It all depends. But to the average person, I think 100K is more than enough because most people don't even have $10,000 sitting in their bank, unfortunately. Majestic 12, you nailed it, OG. You know what I'm saying? Operation Paperclip, you guys know what I'm saying. JV, do you like the Tempa as a vegetarian? I don't know what you mean by that. Do you like Tempa Is that a food? Or what's Tempa? I'm not too familiar with Tempa. Made orange pill gummies. Cannabis, of course. Yum, yum, yum. Corona. Share with your homies. If Bitcoin hits $1 million, this will unlock smart people's potential. Let's go. Holding Marathon, Riot, all the miners till mid-2025. Shit out Nethel. That's what's up. Get it. Muhammad's ascent was in Jerusalem, and it became the dome of the rock. Sacred Bitcoin gets no Bitcoin. New coin. Out here creating the Bitcoin shuffle for us to make the dance vid at JV's 100K party. That's what's up, Nate. Can't wait to see the Bitcoin shuffle. Hopefully it's very easy to do because I'm not a dancer. I'll be 100%. I'm just chilling in my b-boy stance usually, bobbing my head to the music. We got that 10K. It's just mattress money. The banks don't deserve to use money or your money. Right. Fractional reserve banking. We got to do away with that. What's your opinion of holding something AIPG, AI Power Grid? I don't have any knowledge on that. Tempa is like tofu, but way better. Oh, I'm in. Sign me up then. I need some. I really need the protein. At some point, we'll need to talk in sats versus biddies because it's too pricey. Word. If people buying so much, the price not moving, over the counter buys, that's why. More than likely, the big dogs are probably doing it over the counter, not to jump the price. If people are buying so much, yeah, I think that's why. I would agree. Frank the Tank, DGen. What's your boy? Your boy Boo. Your boy Blue. You're my boy Blue. What does that say? Power is leaguer, 30%. Not familiar with that. AIPG is the best GPU. Oh, okay. Mineable coin at the moment. I don't know nothing about that either. If you're gaining value, smash the likes. We appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, pump the subs. We appreciate that too. Yeah, I think the really did buy before the ETF of the halving, and they can play there. And also there was a theory Max shared that 69,000 Bitcoin, which was confiscated through Silk Road, that the government could be in cahoots with BlackRock to use that as their seed fund as well. So you never know. I'll post Tempa in the Discord. Thank you, Will. Is that something you make yourself or do you buy it? We got only 4 days left to buy Bitcoin cheaply. Bitcoin will be 48,000 Wednesday night. 48,000 Wednesday night. Let's get it. Shout out to Dre. Appreciate you, big dog. Subbing to the pod. Let's go. The day I seen the second tower collapse, my first thought was controlled demolition. But what do I know? Well, that's 100%, not even a question. There was no plane that actually hit the tower, and you can hear the explosives. And why do they confiscate all the videos? It's like, you know what I mean, common sense. Unfortunately, it was an inside job, just like all wars. They're always inside jobs because our government cannot be trusted. You know that. Silver, Macaulay is Satoshi Nakamoto. Who's Silvio? I don't know who that is. Who is Satoshi? I think it's Nipsey, honestly. I think Nipsey. I don't think Satoshi is a human. I think he is maybe a dog. What do you guys think? Let me know. You can make it and buy it. JV, health food bar style. That's what's up, Will. Appreciate it. Pattern recognition is anti-Semitic. Oh, man. Welcome, Jono. Appreciate you joining the pod. What up? What up? Be sure to say hello if you guys are just tuning in the background. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Appreciate it. We're probably going to end the stream here in a minute on YouTube and continue with the after party on Rumble. For those that don't know, we stream simultaneous on both platforms at the same time. So we're on Rumble and YouTube every day at the same time. But when the YouTube stream ends, we continue with the uncensored version of the pod exclusive on Rumble. That's where you'll get uncensored JV, where I can talk freely without worrying, oh, I can't say that. They're gatekeepers of the truth. And you know how it is. Certain things I can't even talk about here on YouTube. A few of the Silk Road Bitcoins will have my fingerprints on them. Word. 53 to 55. Send it, T-Man. I hope you're right, brother. Appreciate ya. UK in the building. Shout out Ollie G. What it do? H-Town. Houston. What up, Christopher? What's the link to Rumble? It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. That's my direct link. You also always find it in the description, or just open up the platform, whether you're on the computer or mobile phone. You just type in Crypto News Alerts in the search and you'll see the live stream. Can't miss it. I appreciate the support there. It's always fun. Everyone enjoys the Rumble. Everyone tells me it's their best part of the show. So if you're not tuning into the Rumble, you're missing out. And I'm there every day. It's lit. We're going to be doing JV Reacts. I have some video clips we're going to be reacting to. I'll gladly join on Rumble. Thank you, Ronan. I appreciate your support, brother. St. Louis in the building. I've been to St. Louis a few times. Great place. Beautiful city. The Big Arc or Arch. 49,000 Sunday night. Let's get it. Send it, Dre. Jono. Silvio was founded 2017 by Silvio, a professor at MIT. Interesting. I lost my bet, says T-Man. Now you got to pay up. Citizens, own coin, keep governments serving, not ruling. This is Johnny Saint. Word. Austin in the building. But anyways, fam, we're going to end the YouTube stream. So head on over to Rumble right now for the uncensored version of the show, which is exclusive on Rumble. It's been lit, and I'll see you guys back here on YouTube at 9 p.m. Eastern for the premiere, which I'm looking forward to as well, as we do each and every day, 9 p.m. Eastern, each and every day, 7 days a week, including weekends just like this. Happy Stack and Saturday. Head on over to Rumble, and I'll see you there shortly. Cool. YouTube stream is officially over.